Hello there, Mika Gohagan Maguchi here from MikaGMaguchi.com. I am so excited to be sharing with you today in your conference, and I hope that you have been having an amazing time so far and that the day will continue to get even better as you continue to learn, to grow, and to share. As you're focusing on the topic, starting small, dreaming big, identifying the right mentors for business journey. My journey has been an amazing and an interesting one, having traveled throughout the world, throughout the region, in the continent and beyond, sharing all the skills and tools that I have gathered over the many years that I have been in business and in working in corporate. So I have a few of those that I would like to share with you today. So, just a little bit about me. I have been a social worker for the past 15 years. I've been working in a medical setting, providing treatment and therapy for individuals across the lifespan, working and dealing with children all the way through adults and our senior population, and that has been an amazing journey. In addition to that, I am an international speaker and trainer, and I have been leading the platform for my conference, Radical Woman Conference, where we have been empowering and inspiring women and men across the continent and beyond to live their best lives by picking up those dreams that they've had when they were young, or the dreams that they gave up because of life situation and circumstances. And we have been able to do that by bringing together a great group of men and women speakers from within the continent and beyond that have been sharing their powerful stories of how they were able to start small and to dream big, and how they're making great impacts in the world currently. I also consult for corporations where I help to increase the bottom line by preventing high burnout rates among their employees and also improve job satisfaction. And we realize and know that when people are feeling cared for. When they feel cared for, they will give their best no matter where they are or who they're employed for or who they're working with. So I want to share some of the things that I have learned in my journey with you by taking you back actually to when I was very young. And this is how I started small but had a big dream and identified the right mentors that I needed for my journey to get me to where I am right now. So if you're looking to get from where you are to where you know you need to be, there are a few key things that you need to have in your toolkit as you make that transition into busting big into the business world, and in making sure that you have roots that are grounded and firmly planted deep within, because statistics have showed that in America the average business fail within 3 years, some even before that. And we are setting up businesses and we're going into businesses that we want to be around for years to come, not just for ourselves, but as we start anything, I want to encourage you today to always be thinking about what is the impact that you're going to be making, not just for your personal life in your house and in your family or in your neighborhood, but for your community and wider world, and what legacy that will leave for those who are coming after you. So today I want to focus on sharing with you about 5 keys to breaking through in using what you have to get what you need. When I was a little girl in primary school, my grandmother called me one day. This is something that she often did, and she asked me to accompany her to take a taxi to go visit one of her elder daughters. Now, I was just a little kid, and it's always good to get away from the house sometimes. Being the oldest of 5 children, I had other brothers and sisters that I probably had some responsibility for at the time. But I was excited to go help my grandmother to carry her back to go get the taxi. So as a reward, there's usually a reward at the end of it. And she handed me a few pods or few grains. There were pods of peanuts. You might call them ground nuts. And I was excited about that. I ate a few, and then I had the idea, what if I planted a few of these seeds or a few of these grains? So I ate a few pods of it, and I remembered I saved two pods of peanut or groundnuts, as you would call them. And I went home and I thought about it and I said, I'm going to plant these and they're going to grow and I'm going to become I'm going to become a millionaire. I'm going to become a peanut farmer. And I had it for a few days and I was trying to scope out where would be the best place for me to plant it. And I finally found a place. I cleared away the small piece of land and I planted the grains in there. There were three grains in one pot and there were two in another, so that was 5 grains of peanuts overall. So I dug 2 holes and I planted it into the ground. Now I was inexperienced at the time. I would say an amateur farmer. I grew up in a farming community. That's what my parents did. My dad still to this day, they've been farming, exporting, helping to feed the bigger community and by virtue of the world. So I planted my peanuts, but I was anxious. And so there was one day I'm like, it's not coming. What's going on? I went and I kind of dug the soil away from the seeds. And I saw, okay, they're still on in there. Nothing has come and eaten it. The worms haven't taken over the seeds. But why aren't they growing? And I found out that I needed to exercise some patience. So I left them in the earth. And I went back like 3 days after. I'm like, what's going on? And when I saw that one of the seeds had started to bud, like it had popped through and it was starting to shoot just a tiny little bud that was so very delicate. And I gently put the soil back over the grains and I let them be. It wasn't long after that, a few weeks, they started coming through the earth and everybody could see that they were growing. Mind you, it was just 2 pods. It was just two holes or 2 bushels of peanuts that was going to come. The long and short of that story is that they did come to fruition and I was able to harvest them. And when I did, there were so many pods of peanuts on it was a huge harvest just from those two. And I remember harvesting and we ate some. I shared it with my siblings. And I remember thinking, yeah, this is exactly how I'm going to become a millionaire from this, because these seeds I'm going to dry them. I'm going to allow them to dry, and I'm going to replant some of the seeds. I'm going to eat some, I'm sharing some, and I'm going to replant some. And that's exactly what I did for a while until I was able to make enough money to go on a trip that my church was organizing at that time. It was a beach trip and everybody wanted to go on this beach trip, but I wanted to go, like, I pay for this myself. And I was very proud of that. After that, I had so much peanut, I was not able to clear the land on my own. And yes, my dad did help me a little bit, but he wasn't all into my grand idea of becoming a millionaire and being a peanut farmer. Mind you, I was a female. I mean, I'm the oldest one for my family, but I'm a girl. So it's a big feat to do all of this clearing of the land and getting it ready to plant all these acres of peanut. And so after a while, that vision kind of died because I was not able to plant all the seeds that I know had harvested, and I wasn't able to articulate to those around me, I guess, adequately enough that they caught on to my vision. So if there's anything that I want for you to take away from this today, as I share with you these 5 keys, I want you to pay attention to everything that I'm saying, because everything I'm saying is being deliberate. And for those who are being wise right now, you're taking notes, because those who take notes are the ones who will learn what they need to learn from this experience. You might have a very sharp mind, and I'm excited for you, but whatever you do not write down, you're gonna forget. And when you realize that you have forgotten it, you'll be in a really sad place because you have nothing to go back and to double check on your notes what you had written down. So please make sure that you're taking notes. And one of the things that you may have picked up from that story is that all of us, when you have a vision and when you have a dream, no matter how small it is, or no matter how grand you're thinking about it, you must be able to articulate for others to pick on that vision. And when they come and see that vision, it's something that they can know exactly. How do I fit in? How can I help? And that is particularly for those who are looking for business mentors. When you're looking for a business mentor, you want to make sure that you are very clear on your vision. Because if you're not clear on your vision, it will be very difficult for a business mentor or anybody else to really pick up on that vision or to really support you in the vision if they're not clear what your vision is. So make sure that you're very clear on what your vision and what your dream is, no matter how small it is, because we will also learn that every dream starts from a small place. Every dream is born of an idea. It is an idea that has been taken action or someone took action on. So even the biggest buildings that we see today started once in the mind of somebody, and it was just an idea, something that was intangible, but they were able to bring that idea to life, whether through drawing a diagram or through writing it out in words, and then an architect was able to put it into a diagram or into a drawing, and then a builder, a construction person was able to translate that into a physical building that we're seeing today. If you're a seamstress, if you are a tailor, you envision the outfit, you envision the pattern and the style before you actually start sewing. And then when you're sewing toward what you saw and also what you wrote out on the paper. So let's get into my 5 keys for breaking through, using what you have to get what you need. So I shared with you my peanut story, and that is how I started in business. That is how I started understanding the laws of compounding, starting small, using the little things, not taking all of it. You want to make sure that you're going to have some for your own benefit, immediately, but also there are some that you're saving so that you can reinvest or you can put back into your goal. You're putting back energy, you're putting back strength, you're putting back information, you're putting things back. So there goes the law of compounding. So what are the 5 keys to breaking through? The first key is to evaluate. As a social worker who've practiced for years and years, one of the main things that we know is that when a new person or a new client presents themselves or a patient presents themselves to me, whether I'm in the hospital or I am coaching for business, the first thing that I need to do as a professional to do justice unto the person, to not just come up with something off of the top of my head, which I can do that, at the brink of an eye, but I want to make sure that I'm being very thorough and I'm giving them the very best that I have to offer, what they're paying for and what they're coming to me for in the first place. So the first thing is to do an evaluation. As you're looking about, starting small, using what you have, but you're still dreaming big, you must evaluate and look around. Where are you right now in your life? Are you just starting out? Have you started before and it did not work out? Have you started before and you feel like you're stuck? Have you started before and others have talked you out of it? You've been disappointed. You did not get the support that you were looking for. You have not started? And do you know what you already have? What are the seeds that you already have that you need to now implement or put in place to make sure you're seeing the big fruit? Evaluating where you are, what you have, where you want to go, and where you see yourself, because that is a very important place in getting to the big place. is evaluation. So evaluating where you are, what do you have? What do you need? What is already available? What can you just acquire without much stress or without much strain? What can you get easily from, family members? What can you get easily? Are there businesses that are around that you can get mentorship from? What is it that you already have? Evaluate where you are. Number 2 is to preparing the soil and also preparing your mind. After you've evaluated, you already know, like, okay, I have $50. This is my small seed that I'm starting with. Okay, I have 2 pods of peanut. This is what I have. This is what I already have. I don't have to go look for it. I already have it. And when you're going to plant a seed, we know that we have to prepare the soil. As you're starting small and dreaming big, we not only look on from a farming perspective, but also how are you preparing your mind? How are you preparing your mind for this big dream that you're going to go after? Because you have to realize that it is going to take some time. And are you prepared to go the long haul? So how are you preparing your mind to go the long haul? As it relates to farming and, planting a physical seed, we know that we have to clear the soil of any bush and any debris. We have to make it ready and a good environment for the seed to be able to have a chance to even grow. So number 2 is that you have to prepare yourself by preparing your mind. Are you reading books about growing in your business? Are you reading books about self-development? Are you reading books about, your attitude? How is your attitude? Are you ready to receive information from the mentor that you're looking, to interact with? Are you mentally ready? Do you have a teachable attitude and a teachable spirit about you? That you're ready to receive the information, because sometimes it might not be exactly what you're thinking. When you give a mentor that opportunity to really help you, they're going to tell you the truth. So are you ready to hear the truth about where you are? Are you ready to put in the work? Are you mentally prepared to put in the work and is in that mind frame that you are truly ready for your big dreams to take off? The third thing is that you have to plant, right? You have to plant. Every great tree that we see, the acorn is a huge tree that grows miles and miles into the air. The bamboo is a big tree that grows miles and miles into the air. But they all started with a tiny small seed that you could hide in the palm of your hand. In everything that we do as it relates to growing and building our businesses, as we're starting small with a small seed or with an idea, there has to come a time when you plant. In order for the tree to grow, it has to be planted in the earth. In order for your idea to take off, you have to plant it into a place that is nourishing by seeking other supportive environments. Others who have done it before, others who are heading in the same kind of direction. You have to plant. You must plant. So you cannot just walk around with the idea like, yes, I have this dream. I want to do this thing, but you're never taking any action on it. See, taking action is a complete success. And you cannot at this time be concerned like, what if it fails? There's a possibility that it will fail or it could fail. But there is also a great possibility that it's going to grow and take off and could truly create a different lifestyle for you and for your family and also for the generation that you're in and leave a legacy. But you must plant. So you must connect your seed, plant your seed, put in the time to plant the seed. There's a great program that we're coming out with that some of you probably have applied for, the Radical Poverty Eradication Program. Do you have that business plan? Have you looked over it? Have you, deliberately gone over it and crossed all your T's, dotted all your I's, made yourself acquainted with it. It is breathing through you. You're breathing in and through it. It is undeniable that this is your seed. It is undeniable that this is your dream. Have you put in the work and have you planted your seed? And it takes time. The other thing at this point is to understand and to know that it is okay to be an amateur, because every great guru and every great person that we now know or look up to, whether in business or in life, they were once an amateur. So do not despise this time. As you plant the seed, as you're getting information and you have planted the seed, don't be like I was when I was going to scoop the dirt off to see if my seed was growing. We also have to exercise patience in this time and know that we're just starting, we're amateurs, and that's okay, because everyone who is now huge and famous or well known or is a guru or is an expert in their area, they started somewhere. They had to plant that seed also and given themselves the time and the grace to grow and to learn over the years until they got to the place where they are today. So do not despise your beginnings. Do not despise your humble beginnings. Do not despise the fact that you might not know it all at this point. And that's why mentors like myself is here to help you along the journey. Be willing to admit that, yes, I don't know it all, but the fact that I'm asking questions and the fact that I'm putting myself in places such as this conference is because I want to learn. I'm excited to learn because I've planted my seeds and I want for them to turn out to be great trees and great dreams that will create a legacy and make an impact. The fourth thing that I want for you to know, or the fourth key, is that you must nourish. You must nourish. When you've planted a seed, we don't just plant it and leave it there. We have to make sure that the soil is continually being nourished. Is it getting enough water? Is it getting enough sunlight? Is it getting enough of the nutrients that it needs for it to grow? So, for those who give fertilizer, like making sure the soil is continually staying rich. How are you nourishing yourself? Are you doing that through books? Are you reading continually? Are you reading and seeking those who have gone ahead and those who are coming ahead? And then the other thing that is also important is all of us have something that we can teach. All of us have something that we're already really good at that we can teach to somebody else. So are you also doing that which you're looking for, which is mentoring and helping somebody who is also maybe just starting out or just trying to figure out how can they even dream based on where they are in life? So you also must nourish yourself, nourish the environment, nourish your seed, provide that nourishment through fertilizing it, reading books, taking care of yourself, taking care of your mind, taking care of your body, because there's no point in having a dream and dreaming big and then you're not even able to enjoy it. You become sick or somebody else comes and inherit it before you even had a chance. How are you nourishing yourself? And the fifth key that I want to share with you is the key called belief. Belief, belief, belief. That is so important. Do you truly believe in your dream? Do you have the faith? Do you have faith to believe that it is possible? Sometimes, like my seed was taking so long to come through the ground, I started like, what is going on? We know the story, and I'm not sure if you know, but there's a story about the bamboo tree, that it is planted and all the other trees will rise up so quickly. And the planter was wondering what is going on until he studied and understood that because he planted a bamboo tree that was going to grow so tall, like miles and miles up into the sky, it needed to put roots so deep down in the earth that when the wind came, the wind did not blow it over. It is the same with our dreams. It is the same with our dreams and starting small. We have to make sure we are building a strong foundation. Nobody should outbelieve you about your dream and your vision. You have to believe for yourself. That must be firm and that must be sure. Meaning that any wind that comes, discouragement, even among the people that you care about, friends or family who don't even understand your dream or your vision, they should not be able to discourage you from your dream. So you must be firmly cemented in your dream. Understand it. Know that this is for you, even if nobody else gets it, that you understand and that you won't give up on yourself, because others will give up on you. But if you do not give up on yourself, you are sure to take that thing from a small place into a big dream. You are sure to take that small dream into a big dream. And it will lead you into a place where you will identify the right mentors that will help to get you there. So I hope those 5 keys are helpful. I also want to share with you just a little bit on, as you're seeking a mentor, and the reasons. You always have to make sure your motive is right. Why is it that you need a mentor? Because a mentor is not somebody who is going to sit down with you and just hold your hand. A mentor is somebody who comes and pushes you, so you truly accomplish and achieve that dream that you have set out. And this is somebody who has gone that way before. They have traveled this road before, and they know some of the pitfalls. So you must already have put in the work and be ready to even go higher in your thought process, in your understanding, and even in the dream that you have. Because some of us, we think that our dreams are big, but they're actually not that big. So for the dreams that you have, that you are feeling that they're huge, they're big, I want for you to scratch it out and think about the ones that really scares you, that you have no idea how you're going to be able to accomplish it, but it is still a dream that you have. That's where a mentor can help you in identifying a roadmap based on where they have been before, and help you to achieve it. The other thing, as you consider looking for a mentor, is to always know that if you're the smartest one at the table, if you know everything and you're at the table, you're sitting at the wrong table. You need to be at the table where you're actually going to be able to learn something and somebody else can teach you. That's also something to consider as you're looking for a mentor. And at the end of the day, to conclude, you have to want it bad enough. How badly do you want it? How badly do you want it? Are you ready to put in the work? Are you ready to put in the work? Are you ready to keep going no matter what? Because somebody with that attitude and that drive, you won't even have to go searching for a mentor. A mentor will sure to find you. A mentor will be sure to find you. As I have found, actually a mentor found me when I was still in my peanut days. They showed up, came to my church to visit, and it started there. And from that, my life truly has never been the same. Make reading your friend. Make reading your friend. Because reading also takes you to places in the world that you will not be able to physically be all the time. But you can explore parts and places in the world that only books is able to take you. So make reading your friend. I hope that you continue to have an amazing day and an amazing conference. And if there are any questions, I look forward to answering. You can find more about me and the work that I'm doing at mikagmaguchi.com. You can find me also on YouTube. And I hope that if there's any way that I'm able to help answer questions or to mentor or to lead or guide you in the path as you continue to dream big, planting your seeds and making a great impact in the world, that I'd be honored and happy and excited to do so. Thank you to Mr. Williams for inviting me to share with you all today. Have a great and an amazing rest of your conference. Take care.